Hey guys, it's Heather here from Cashflowing Life. Thank you so much for joining me on this video today. Today's video is in collaboration with a bunch of other YouTubers that are on their debt-free journey. Some of them are still on baby step 2, some of them are on baby step 3, and there's a few that are on 4, 5, and 6 with me as well. Some of these other channels who I'm in collaboration with you may already recognize. I've been following a few of them since the beginning of their channel and really since the beginning of my own debt snowball. And then some others who are collaborating in this video with me today are kind of newer channels, and these are all people that I met through Instagram through the hashtag debt-free community. And if you're not yet on Instagram and you are on a debt-free journey, use that hashtag and follow all of these people who were in collaboration today for just daily motivation and tips and tricks, because honestly, being in community with people who are on the same level as you, who are also trying to get out of debt, is the biggest source of inspiration and motivation for me personally, so I highly recommend it. Everyone who's in collaboration with this video, I'm gonna put their name and the link to their YouTube channel in the description box below. And if you go check out their channel, just leave them a comment, tell them that Heather sent you. If you like what you're seeing from them, just give them a thumbs up and give them a subscribe. So today's collaboration video is all about the 3 best decisions that I made while I was on my debt snowball. So technically I'm still on my debt snowball. We are on baby step 6. We're trying to pay off our house in the year 2023. But when I think of the debt snowball, I really think of baby step 2, because that was when I was really gazelle intense. 2 out of these 3 decisions might be a little bit controversial and go against what Dave Ramsey talks about and the things that you should be doing while you're on your debt-free journey. But hold on, I'll explain. The first best decision that I made while I was on my debt snowball for baby step 2 was that we still took vacations. If you don't know my story, I paid off about $19,000 in debt, making about $25,000 a year. And a lot of that was building my personal massage practice while I was still working for some other people part-time as an independent contractor. And honestly, for me, I was working a lot, and I know that $25,000 a year doesn't sound like a lot, but when you put into consideration being self-employed and running your own business, you have a lot of tax deductions that you can take care of. And I was working a lot. I was working at a day spa. I was working at a massage therapy studio in my town, and then I was also building my own massage practice. There were moments where I was definitely feeling the burnout. I've noticed that for me and my personality, when I start to get burnout and when I start to feel like I'm getting tired and unmotivated, I need something to happen in my life that will re-motivate me and re-encourage me. And for me personally, a lot of that is getting outdoors and seeing new things. So my debt snowball was about 1.5 years, and about halfway through my debt snowball, we decided to go on a road trip. We drove from the Portland, Oregon area, and we drove to Moab, which is like a 16-hour drive. It's really long. But we took some time off. We took about a week off, and we stayed in a hostel, which made it really inexpensive. We drove instead of flew. We did grocery shopping instead of eating out, and we just did some sightseeing in the national parks. And having that time off and away really helped me realize what we could be doing more often when I become debt-free. The second best decision that I made during my debt snowball journey was I did not close any of my credit accounts. I know this is controversial. I know Dave says that once you pay off an account, you need to call the company and you need to close it. I personally didn't see any reason to close the accounts because I didn't want my credit score affected, because I knew in the next year or 2 we were gonna start looking for a new house, and I didn't want it to negatively impact me. And what this ended up looking like, even 2 years after becoming debt-free, is I had a super high credit score with no recurring debt. And when we got the loan for this house that we're in, my credit score was in the high 700s. So it didn't negatively impact my credit score, and I didn't dip back into those accounts to go into debt. Obviously, this may not be a good idea for you if you are still working on some self-control issues, but it worked for me. And the third best decision that I made during our debt snowball journey was actually just about a year ago. Actually, it was probably about a year and a half ago. We were moved into this house, we were getting settled, we had been married for 4 or 5 months, and we're finally getting used to the flow of each other's income. Now, we hadn't combined our bank accounts yet because we weren't married prior, and we were having this discussion of whose bank we were going to join with. I ended up losing the battle, and I had to join with my husband's bank because he had a ton more accounts there than I did, and I was just like, you know what, that's fine. You win. I'll move all the stuff to your bank. I'll close mine out. That's totally fine. But what I noticed before we had merged our bank accounts was our spending was kind of like through the roof. And I noticed a little bit of friction happening when it came to paying the bills about, you know, how much I would be able to deposit into his account or which bills I would be paying. Because my income is so irregular, it was really hard for him to adjust to that. Fall of 2016, we finally joined our bank accounts and our finances, and we got everything moved in the same checking and savings account. And it completely changed the way we communicated about money, the way we communicated about future purchases, and it really brought us together in learning how to trust each other and how to open up our communication. As Dave always says, the biggest issues in marriage are money fights and money problems, and I personally don't want to get divorced, and I personally don't want to have arguments about money and where it's going or who's spending too much of it. And I feel like this step of merging our income and bank accounts has completely set us up to win. It opened up our communication so much more about our life goals, where we want to be in the next year, 5 years, and 10 years, and honestly, what was important to us each month when we sat down and looked at our projected income and our budget. So I hope that these 3 tips were helpful for you. I know the first 2 are a little bit iffy on the Dave Ramsey spectrum, but hey, you can't follow all the rules. If you found this video helpful, I would love for you to give it a thumbs up and go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you would like to see more videos like this in the future. And if you are coming here from another channel in our debt-free community, just leave a little comment below and let me know whose channel you came from. And of course, in the description box, everyone who is in this collab with me, their information is going to be in there. So if you'd like to, check that out and show some love. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!